It must be Wednesday if we're here with the Soul Bard Collective and doing the midweek sip. Hello there, everyone. How are you? How have you been? Let us know in the chat box, live or on the replay. I see both of you. Huge hugs. Glad to have you here. So, getting a little sage going. Happy equinox, everybody. Happy spring break to some of my friends. It's really good to see you. So I do apologize for not getting the Thursday meditation out to everybody last week, but we are going to be back on schedule. We're going to go ahead and do the Thursday tarot meditation reading tonight and get it uploaded for you. Time to be determined, but while we're here live, let's go ahead and get started. I see we have a couple of friends here, so let's say hello in the chats. Just reserved a seat and made it back in time. Hello to the others of you listening in. It's good to see you. If you want more Cup of Positivity at 6 p.m., go ahead and join us on my main channel, Jenna the Soul Rioter, for some Pomodoro-style sprints. And of course, if you want to do all the amazing things that I and other friends of mine do on YouTube, join us for So You Want to Be an Author Tuber live. So let's go ahead and not delay much longer. We wanted the midweek sip, did we not? I hope you're all doing really well. Okay, I'm going to draw a couple from it tonight and talk about some epic things that are going on right in time for spring. So it doesn't matter what's been written in your story so far. It's how you fill up the rest of the pages that counts. As an author, I have to agree with this one. It's kind of the first full week of partial week of spring, and yeah, it kind of feels like just one more chapter mode, but applying to life there. Thank you, my friend. I hope it was beneficial for. Whenever I get in one more chapter mode, it does still have that I want to stay up later feel. I get sometimes like this with writing sprints, as Jess can attest, let's go really long tonight. Let's go one more. And some of you are like, Jenna, it is literally 11 p.m. How have you been up since like 5 and still doing this? So you sometimes got to make sure that what you're doing, because it says, fill up the rest of the pages, that can apply in a, rest up mindset. Some of us tend to overwork to workaholic type levels. So let that be applicable to you where you would like it to be. Let's go for our second sip. Getting another sip tonight. And then we'll start pulling some cards, I think. Ooh. I can and I will. Watch me. Okay. So it doesn't matter what's been written in your story so far. It's how you fill up the rest of the pages that counts. I can and I will. Watch me. So essentially the Cup of Positivity just double dog dared us to a Christmas story levels. So those of us who frequent my other channel know that this cup sometimes chatters with other things around it. So it's been a while since I've let it chatter with friends. Brienne Hovey's Soul Truth deck is here as well. One more task mode last night turned into, oops, I fell asleep in front of my laptop. Jess, how's your back feeling from that, friend? Probably not so great. Probably not so great, huh? When your character said no, you can't do that. Hello, Cheesecake Man. It's good to see you, my darling. I hope you're doing well. For those of you who don't know, this is my hubbers. And oh my goodness, supplies. Yes, you have some characters who like to try and boss you around, but we have to play the role of sister sometimes with them, not mother. It's a little writing advice. Sometimes your role as writer is to be the character's sibling and just listen, absorb, process, regurgitate. Plot point to plot point. So, Brienne Hovey's Soul Truth deck. What are you adding on for us. When was the last time I/you danced freely? Ooh, that's a pretty feather set too. With the gold. I love that color combination. Obviously, my leading couple, blue eyes, gold eyes. Anyway, dance. If you want to, isn't that a song? Cheesecake Man, it's playing in your head now too, isn't it? Dance, because it will shift you into a beautiful state. Because it will get you out of your head and into your body and heart. Because fear lives in the head along with anxiety, control, guilt, frustration, and impatience. In just a few minutes of dancing, you will make a shift. You will feel a charge of joy and confidence take over, and you will feel a soul reminder to live and lead from your heart. Dancing is a tool to ground us in the now. It triggers happiness, and it is the gateway to freedom to become free. Dance. Dance for 3 minutes, everybody. See, a friend of ours, Mel of Power Play Press and Scroll and Scribe, they have chair dancing sprint reward things with Chad. And I'm like, yeah, this is why we chair dance. Because, I mean, mind you, sometimes when Disco Chad goes off on that channel, it's kind of like, you're just here bebopping to side, as Mel has caught me doing live once or twice when co-hosting. But when are you dancing elsewhere? My husband will admit that there's a reason why we have a sign that hangs in the living room or dining room or above the coffee bar somewhere that says, make some coffee, put in your earbuds, turn on some gangster rap, and handle it. I am that 90s kid. There's something to be said about putting on some Missy Elliott, getting down, and really scrubbing the toilet. Been there, done that. Been there, done that. And yes, it's normally Missy Elliott or Queen Latifah. Just saying. Just saying. The body is not very pleased today, so maybe I should encourage some chair dancing. I mean, I don't want to call it chair dancing because Disco Chad does the chair dancing, and I don't want to steal or anything, but you get what I mean. It's like, what can we add into sprints then to get us physically moving? What could be our equivalent? Because I normally do tell you guys to do that when you do self-care. Soul care, I give you the comparison of, music is for the soul, dancing is for the physical body, combine the two and. So maybe I should actually, make a musical suggestion or something in chat. We'll see. We'll play around with that over in Rating Sprints on my other channel a little bit tonight. Cats Against Anxiety time, everybody. Cats Against Anxiety. I said I wasn't going to sing it. Okay. Let's see. Ooh, thought journal. This is one I don't think we've had before. You're so cute. You're so cute. Looks like a Persian kitty, perhaps. Start keeping track of your thoughts in a journal. Take a look after a week and see where a pattern emerges. Identify and work through each problem by breaking it down into small, manageable parts. If you are part of Sarah Cannon's HB90 Bootcamp, that's a good way to sort out what your goals need to be for your business in the coming months, in my opinion. To kind of take that thought journal approach. Just what are some common issues in your business that if you just automated it, cleaned up the funnel, rearranged your tasks, made a checklist for yourself, little tiny things like that. What are things that you could put that are little things like that on your quarter admin-wise for next quarter that can get your brain functioning where you need it to be a little bit more smoothly on the daily? Pulling out one of my favorite tarot decks here. Mostly, I got it because of the design. Woo! No, I'm not reading all those cards. I'm not reading all those cards. Didn't ask for any yet. I got it mostly just because I really like the design. the kind of slight matte shift from blue to purple against the black was really pretty. I didn't realize when I bought it that the version that I bought, I knew it had some details about what each of the cards meant. I didn't know it was this detailed. The devil is not a bad thing in tarot. Let me change to a different one so it's a slightly nicer card. How about temperance, which means patience? That's better. I did not realize that they had so much info on these cards. Like, literally a ton of info here. Like, yeah. So, forgive me when I read the card because I'm going to give the info that's given if it is pertinent. Now, for those of you who are like, tarot, what? My belief in tarot is that it captures one card at a time, equaling one page at a time in the book of The Journey of the Fool. Not calling you an idiot or a moron. I'm calling you young, adolescent, willing to go out into the world on this journey and do what you need to do to kick butt and be you. Some people equate it to the savior's journey, or the hero or heroine's journey, or even just the journey of the human condition. All such related themes therein, a page at a time, a card at a time. So, what are we being told today? The Hierophant, one of my favorite cards. So the Hierophant traditionally is kind of mimicking the Pope, a little bit in design. They're wearing like papal robes. They're wearing the triple papal crown. They've got the scepter in one hand, and they're making even kind of what you would expect the papal sign to be for peace. So what does this represent? Of course, it could have a religious over aspect. This is the husband to the high priestess, by the way. And it doesn't look just at your religiousness, your spirituality. It can also look even at like your education. What things do you conform to willingly on the daily? Because he's a conformist, right? What do you conform to on the daily? Normally, this is related to your throat chakra. So, how is your voice being regulated? Are you tiptoeing on what you're saying? Are you conforming to the right groups for the right reasons? Are you cultivating a mindset that is allowing you to feel comfortable to speak your truth in your daily? He can kind of deal with all those things because his wife, the high priestess, deals with knowledge, but kind of keeping quiet on the knowledge. She's kind of the guru that walks the streets among the people to tend for them. Whereas he's the dude that you go to the temple to see, that is the monk up on the hill. Little bit different mindset, more of a teacher here versus a friendly coach with his wife. They get along great. They are a balanced pair. The two in connection are married for a reason. And the only thing I don't like about the traditional image is that you have both the keys, supposedly to knowledge in the kingdom, and the people kneeling at his feet. Other depictions don't do the kneeling thing. That's a very, modeled by the Pope mindset here. Whereas traditionally the high priestess card looks what you would expect maybe a Greek, Roman, or Egyptian high priestess to be, very free-flowing, not at all necessarily connected with people, learning in a bow-down situation. Again, monk up on the hill, person who walks among the people does apply here. So what are you doing in your dance that adds to the chapters of your books for better and for worse? And should you be saying, I can and will, watch me? It's that season. I mean, Taurus season is right around the corner. We just entered Aries, so Taurus season's like 28 days. It's a moon cycle away because we are in a new moon week this week. So, in a couple weeks, it's going to be into a whole new sign. If you are a Taurus, happy early birthday. Are you being Taurian in energy? For those of you who aren't aware of astrology, they're the bull to match the Capricorn's ram horns. They can be a little bit alike in energy. Yes, Cheesecake Man, this is why it's a godsend that your brother was an Aries, not a Taurus. I have been thankful on your mother's behalf that Steve was not born a month later for a very long time, because it would literally be clash horns, right? So there's an energy this time of year, though, with it being Aries season, literally just starting this week, that has that spring clean feel to it, because that's Aries. Aries comes in with its warmth. They're one of the fire signs. The other fire signs are Leo, the lion, Mr. Look at my mane. Look at my mane. I'm a Virgo. You know how I feel about Leos. Love you, August babies. I was almost a Leo. Shh. Anyway, and then I believe Sagittarius or Scorpio. One of the two is the other fire sign. This is why I said what I said the way I said it, and your mother would agree. I love you, and I love my baby, my just barely baby brother. His brother and I are 7 months apart from September to April in age. And yeah, you guys were the perfect brotherly love trio, or duo rather, as you were the way you were. And it's flowing cods at me again. How many did we get? I'm not reading all of those. If it's one, I'll read it. Bye. Hello. Oh, yeah. Pardon me. They gave us 2, and I like that they only gave us 2. So the first one they gave us is going to be one of my favorite cards of all time. It's going to be the 10 of Pentacles. Or 10 of Coins is also the way other people normally call this one. 10 of Discs. I like coins. I'm glad that they did put the star in there to kind of differentiate them and, easy line art and whatnot. This is one of my cards. I'm a Virgo. This is a mercurial energy, deals with inheritance, family, job, security, affluence. That's the connector to the Hierophant. The Hierophant can be a very affluent person. And not just monetarily, but with knowledge, And then, of course, long-term success. And the Hierophant would be an amazingly strong foundation as a person who knows a lot of stuff. But the question the 10 of Pentacles is going to make you ask is, okay, and you have all this stuff. What are you going to do with it? What are you going to do to change your dance to make the next chapter of your life even better than it already is? I have a song playing in my head. Is it Natalie Imbruglia? Staring at the blank page before you, open up the dirty window, let the sun illuminate the words that you cannot let in. The Unwritten, that's the name of the song. Unwritten. I had to listen in my head all the way through the chorus, but yes. What in your life has yet to be unwritten? Dancers will script their steps for a reason. Are you scripting your steps? And if so, are you being too self-critical of it? Because the next question is the Page of Cups. That's why I ask, are you being too self-critical? He's looking at that fish and talking to that fish and that cup pretty dang hard. The fish can sometimes represent your mind, your inner self, your Jiminy Cricket, if you will. This is Scorpionic energy. So a lot of water, which means Sagittarius is fire. I was right. These are creative opportunities. Are you dreaming too much? Yes, Disney, a dream is a wish your heart makes and all that jazz. But what are you doing during your daylight hours to step towards it? not all of us are going to have a fairy godmother with a magic pumpkin show up. It would be lovely if the fairy godmother and the pumpkin showed up. That can be this card sometimes. But what if the pumpkin's already here? What if you're dancing in circles, just like this conversation is starting to, for a reason? Okay? There's something in writing that I've kind of termed page fright. It's like stage fright, but for writers on a blank page. So which ones of you are just sitting there, fearful of your own success for no reason, which is now making your dance not be what it's meant to be? We say something around here all the time. Take care of yourself. You've been worth it from the beginning. Hard reminder, my friend. Don't worry about the missteps. The show goes on. And if you're confident in yourself, the missteps are going to look like they're part of the show anyway. Stop being afraid of the bright white page when it's probably the light ahead of you that is coming to help you. Okay? If you need some friends to cheer you on while you're doing some working tonight, I'm hosting some sprints on my main channel here in just a little bit. Is that a raised hand or a cheer, my friend? Which is it? Because if you have questions or comments, now's the time to start adding them, whether you're live or on the replay, and we start wrapping up and winding down. Now, I am going to go ahead and record more with the cards later. Oh, I forgot to mention, a local shop, Merlin's Gem, was very kind, and I won a prize there as part of his customer appreciation give back. Thank you, Tony. So I have a new piece of labradorite for our space, and I'm so excited to include, yes, it's shiny. So thank you, Tony of Merlin's Gem, Hagerstown, Maryland. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We do have a lot of things in this space that are slightly off camera here that come from him. So I'm excited to have this setting back here. And I have another chunk of labradorite back here as well, but I need to get some better lighting so that way we can see them sitting there a little bit more in all their glorious shiny. So we'll try to get that sorted out in the future. Raising your hand because you shouldn't be, sweetheart. For those of you who are afraid of your own success, whoever taught you that lie, I'm sorry. Whoever taught you to believe that lie, I'm very sorry. Please forgive them. Please forgive you. Thank you. I love you. Take care of yourselves. You've always been worth it.